Artistic routine, 2 points. All the components of the choreography must fit perfectly together to transform a sport exercise into an artistic performance. When we watch different sports, we like them very much. We all call them sports, skating, rhythmic gymnastics, different kind of sports. But for aerobic gymnastics, we would like to see on stage an artistic performance. That's why we have artistic routine. And here we have the choreography, which should be unique, memorable, with high level of execution. Now we come to execution and to artistic performance. Everything else until now maybe was the duty of choreographer, coaches, or athletes. From now on, it's only for athletes. Please listen very careful, dear athletes. We want you to perform on stage an artistic piece of art, unique, memorable routines with high level of execution. We need to see original, creative. We want to see theme of the exercise, and this theme match perfectly with the music, selected music. Movements, different movements with natural and genuine expression. So this is very important. We would like to see our athletes performing with natural expression. Opening of the choreography starts with the first movement of the competitor. When I spoke about music, I said the music can start 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. They cannot move if they want. And after that, the choreography starts. So the opening of the choreography starts with the first movement of the competitor. Now we have a new word, intro. Intro means any other movements other than elements. And when we say elements, this applies for difficulty elements and acrobatic elements. So our opening or intro in choreography should be with any other movements other than elements. For construction of choreography, we have 1 point with requirements. Routine, a small piece of art. All the routine components match perfectly with the music and the theme or style. As we said, it's not necessary to be a theme, but a style. All the gymnasts, they can have their own style and they can present very beautiful on stage if they have a different style or a theme. This intro 4 to 8 counts with or without movements. If they start the music, start without movements, it's okay, it's the opening, but intro for choreography, it has to be with creative, original movements and other than acrobatic elements or difficulty elements. If they start with collaboration, this is very good. This will be considered as intro. If acrobatic elements they use in the collaboration, this will not be considered starting the routine, the choreography of the routine with acrobatic movement. This will be collaboration. Here is written without, doesn't have to start the routine with single acrobatic elements or difficulty element. Construction of the choreography requires memorable impression to the people. Sometimes we watch a routine and in my mind or your mind will be, oh, I want to see this routine 5 times. I want to see it again. Sometimes we say, oh my God, doesn't finish this routine. So I want to finish it because it's not a memorable impression. So artistic routine start and then directly with an element. In this scale for artistic routine, you will go lower 0.2. So the routine starts with an element directly. I go from 1 point to 0.8, so minus 0.2 directly. And we have now examples for intro, opening, intro for choreography. Good examples. This is intro, then element, intro, then element. Intro. Same. And for mixed pair. And then after partnerships with element. For group. Sometimes it's shorter, but it is collaboration. Sometimes a little bit too short, but we consider as an intro. From 4 counts to 8 counts, it is an intro. Without opening or ending. This applies even for ending of the routine. If the routine will finish with element, this will be deduction. In artistic, you will go lower with 0.2 in routine, artistic routine. So, missing the intro because start with element directly. And now the ending. Element and pause. Element. Now acrobatic element. It's not allowed. So element, difficulty element, or acrobatic element. Directly, the choreography, if start with this, it's minus 0.2. In artistic routine, now we have musicality. Musicality, we had the first criteria, music, with 2 points. We have now artistic routine with musicality. With routine constructions, you had 1 point, and musicality, 1 point. Musicality is the ability to perform or to interpret the music. Then they can demonstrate the rhythm, the speed, and they have to show the flow, the intensity, or the passion for this performance. Especially in mixed pair, trio, group, they have an advantage. Requirements: strong cohesion between the overall performance and the choice of the music. All movements should fit perfectly to the chosen music. Now we judge totally different. The music was with selection and another criteria, the first one with 2 points. Now it's about the competitors, how they perform in artistic routine, how they can use the music. The musicality, very important. We want to give credit to musicality. The routine must harmonize with the style of the music. In AMP, That's why when we spoke about sequences, we said AMP, but this AMP, our traditional AMP, should harmonize with the style of the music. Arms movement, interpretation, they can use the head, torso. The competitor should be able to express their movements with body language. Choreography must follow the rhythm, the beats, the musical phrases, and the melody. In the meantime, they have to stay in different parts, staying with the music to be meaningful. Low level of musicality. We have examples for low level of musicality. Which doesn't use the music for the movements correctly. This goes even to poor in musicality. Elements doesn't have to do anything with this kind of music, this part of the music. I gotta feel this feeling that's we're dying for. We go now to another level, high level of musicality. And when we give examples, we said different criteria can have different scores. For music, it's one score. For musicality in routine, it's another score. So this is high level of musicality. Movement match perfectly to the music. And accent. Another example. Different style of the music. Different style of the competitor. And in mixed pair, using the music for partnerships, movements. Change the music, change the movements. Next. Okay. So artistic routine summary, construction of the choreography. Routine should be like a small piece of art, but in a sport manner. Everybody on stage, they have to respect the category in which they compete in. Routine should have a theme or to represent the style of the music or the competitors. It's a different style between male and female. It has to include original, unique movements and to be a memorable routine for audience or for judges or even for the other athletes. Summary of musicality. We need a strong cohesion between overall performance and the choice of the music. The gymnast has to interpret the music and to use different parts of the music with different movements and to have a meaning, And like in all criteria, we have all deviations from excellent. When they don't have a theme or a style, when they miss the intro, immediately goes -0.2 in artistic routine. Repetitive and common movements. Choreography is separated. They use the music as a background. Maybe they are off the beats. Maybe they have timing problems especially in categories mixed pair trio groups, and no relation between the music and what the movements are used. So it's the gymnasts who have to transform the composition from a well-structured routine into artistic performance. And here we speak about the last criteria, artistic performance. They have to use their personality, they have to use their style, and excellent way of using the music. So art plus sport of aerobic gymnastics or aerobic gymnastic sport, it has to be transformed in attractive message towards the audience. This is what aerobic gymnastics should do for the next cycle and for the future. So gymnasts must represent their own gender and age on stage. If you compete an individual man, you compete like an individual man. Individual woman, individual woman. Mixed pair trio group, it's totally different. If you have 5 men or 3 men, or you have mixed group and trio, they have to represent their own gender. If they work as a unit in mixed pair trio group, this is the beauty of a teamwork, and they have an advantage to be 2, 3, or 5 on stage. It's the beauty of our discipline, and they have to show teamwork. High level of execution in all difficulty and acrobatic elements. High level of execution, we will see tomorrow what kind of execution we would like to see, a perfect execution of difficulty and acrobatic elements. Choreography movements as well, with the correct technique for AMP, for transitions, linking, collaborations. And for artistic performance, with 2 points, they have to demonstrate musicality, expression, partnership, in addition to perfect execution. How a gymnast or group of gymnasts present themselves to the jury and to the public. This is presentation. And we have requirements. They have to share their emotion with the audience. How? With expression and quality of the movements, but not with a big smile in the beginning, and after that they start the elements and they turn the head and they don't smile anymore. And smile doesn't mean it's expression or emotion. They have to follow the music and to share their passion for our sport with expression and quality of the movements. They have to have attitude, not only on the face, on the body, with body of the gymnast too. Advantage of being more than one person, it's important. We said already for mixed pair trio group. They have a relation between them, and this will be wonderful if they will show it in transition, in partnerships, collaborations. If we have, for example, in trio, as we said, 2 men and 1 woman, the woman can use feminine movements. The man should be masculine movements, with masculine movements. When they are together in the same category, if they do different movements in the choreography and they respect the gender, these differences are not considered synchronization's mistake. This is from the choreography and is very well choreographed if the woman will use feminine movements, delicate, and the man will show the power and the masculine movements. We have now for presentation some clips. The first one with low level, maybe you cannot see very well, but it was very nervous during the routine. If you don't see very well, as I said, you can see it on STS much better. So with concentrations only for elements and to do a good routine. No presentation. And low level of execution, you can see immediately. It's far away from a perfect execution. And another fall. Here you can see the fall, and then they lost the partnership, they lost the confidence. It's a low level of presentation. And I will go a little bit faster because it's a little late, but I hope it's very important. And now we go to high level presentation from different reasons. This is dynamism and precision. So no stop during this routine, no pauses. Beautiful expression on face. Here it's attitude and emotion. Create this feeling of emotion. Through the public with emotion, she transmits what she feels. And now relations between partners. What we said about mixed pair trio group. So high level of presentation in mixed pair. Now teamwork.
I am the protector of the team.
They show they are a trio. And they show they work together. one for each other.
I repeat.
And they fight together. Good. So summary of presentation and quality of the movements, impressive routines, and you can see in the last examples, impressive routines, which captivate the audience. We want to see more and more these kind of routines with good presentation, with attitude, emotion, and unique. Deviation from excellent when it's not adapted for the individual characteristic and category. No clear and athletic impression of aerobic gymnastics. So low level of execution and in everything, not only in difficulty elements. When they lose the confidence during the routine, they are nervous and they lose the passion and energy because they have to finish the routine in their mind with good execution. Many movements are meaningless and lack of spirit of the performance to the audience, and unnatural or exaggerated facial expression. We still keep this. And when in mixed pair trio group, they perform as one instead of teamwork. These are deviations.